Welcome in here. Let's go. What up? What up? We're here with Pregaming over on Sports Money. Appreciate you guys coming in today. We got ourselves a day today. It's a afternoon slate of baseball, but they were good to us. They gave us some evening games as well. Plenty to talk about tonight, although we did get a postponement here. Kansas City postponed. Poor weather across the Great Lakes and all the way out there. We'll see how that affects this Yankees game tonight. Well, it's going to be a lot of fun here. We'll get a WNBA play in there as well today. I'm excited to get into that. And pretty close to I don't want to say a spot on every game, but I think there's some really great opportunities for us to hammer away. And look, I thought we were going to hammer away yesterday. We started out firing, got that Kansas City first five. Shout out to anybody else that did play that Cleveland comeback full game situation. You guys saw that was a nice big casher. We got Tampa. That one started out kind of a little crazy there, a little slow, and then they came out and exploded. And that's about where everything exploded for us. The Soto and Yankee spot never came to fruition. Colorado rolled the F over. San Diego and then Oakland as well. Yikes. We got to get it back. We will bounce it back. It was just ugly. It was like, man, the entire late slate just got away. And I guess that's going to happen. We're going to have to prepare for some of that stuff, but get it back. We will today. I think we got ourselves a great looking card. And look, running them back. Talk about being on some plays a little too early. I had to run it back with this Colorado spot again here. And, we'll see what they do here. I see they're in the top of the ninth with 2 outs. Hopefully we can hang in there and get the job done. And, I see a Juggler 23 in the house shouting out some of them Philly trends, man. I could have used those about 3 hours ago. I saw how poor the Phillies offense was against right-handed hitting, and I thought, man, you guys know we look at that kind of isolated down to like that past week, and they were almost completely shut out against righties. They got that 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Yikes, that hurts a little bit, but that's okay. It's all good. We got ourselves some nice major league action tonight. I'll tell you guys, we'll tee it up. We're going to talk about the Yankees game. We're going to talk about the White Sox game. We're going to talk about the Mariners game, the Padres game, and we're going to talk a little WNBA as well. Shout out, I did see my guy Billy Briz on X posted up the Aces spot tonight. He likes them Aces -8.5 for everybody looking to get that action. And there we go. There go them Reds. There go them Reds. What a joke. At least they cashed the first 5, Colorado. Let's go. Let's see what you guys are doing out there. I need you guys' help. Please hit the thumbs up button. Had a great start. Day 1, just almost cracked 100. Day 2, we got a little slacking. We slacked a little on day 2. We got to get out there and hit that thumbs up button. Help me continue to grow this thing. We got more programming coming down the pike. But we need you guys to show that you appreciate it. Show that you're enjoying what we're doing out here. And all we ask you to do is hit that thumbs up. And for that matter, I guess there's 2 things we ask you to do because we want to see your action in the chat. Let's see what you guys are rocking and rolling with to get paid today. Let's do just that as well. Let's see who's out there. Want to keep it tight, 30-minute mark for you guys today. We'll see if we can get there. We failed yesterday. I failed yesterday. Let's tighten it up today. Let's see if we can get it done in this 30-minute window. So smaller card. And if we can get these likes up there, if we can get to 100 likes on the show tonight, we'll roll back. Again, I know it's a super tight card tomorrow. I think there's like 4 night games and then the NBA. So we get to 100 likes on the video. More than happy to come back, even though it's a tighter card tomorrow, and share the looks I think we can use to cook the books. Shout out Justin McKelvey. Holy cow, what happened? Joe T, what happened? Justin McKelvey got the first comment in the chat today. He says, what's good? Shout out to you, Justin. All is good, my man. I hope you're doing well. And there's Joe T. Oh, it had to salt Joe T up 2 minutes after. He says, hey, Mike M. Joe T's best bet is the Yankees team total over 4.5. I'm just teasing, but that's great, Joe T. Appreciate you dropping there. We got the first best bet of the show locked and loaded with our guy, Joe T. That aligns with what I'm thinking about with this Yankees game. Kelsey's ribbing on Joe a little bit too. What happened, Joe? Kelsey, it's great to see you in here. And there's Juggler 23. I mentioned these stats that make me want to puke. I was, I was not there. I was on the Brewers, and they let me down. I was on the under also. So, double dip will work its way out. But, look at those great numbers there. Milwaukee's 1-14, down 18.87 units in Aaron Ashby's last 15 starts. Safe to say they stink. The only reason I thought Ashby got the start today was because of how bad the Phillies lineup is. Anyhow, Phillies were 21-4, up almost 15 units as a home favorite from minus 150 to minus 180, 198 when Aaron Nola in the last 5 seasons. That's an impressive number out there. Damn, I could use those. I could have used those to buck the trend. Anyways, Juggler 23 giving us the wise guy group WNBA plays. The Wings and the Aces on the over 168.5 and the Lynx minus 7 on the other side there. We'll be talking about that Lynx game. Gerald Jones in the house says, what's good, Cappers? Best bet today from Gerald Jones. He's got Baltimore plus 110 full game. I really wanted to go out there and pull the trigger for you guys here tonight with Baltimore. The Barrios factor. Thing is, when Barrios is on the road and he's priced between the minus 120 and the plus 120, he can't win. But he's at home. So it's a tricky little spot tonight. I like that look, though. I saw the cash pouring in. The line moving away from them. Jays as a favorite. I'll touch on that when we go through some of the splits for you guys. For anybody that is curious. Juggler 23 says, wise guy group MLB plays. The Yankees minus 1 run, minus 135. The Padres minus 1 run, minus 125. And they're 2-2. But I know they'll heat up, says our guy, Juggler 23. Appreciate you sharing all that good stuff with us, Juggler 23. What up, David Wallace in the house? Good to see you out there. Juggler says, Justin wins the race tonight. Joe T, he says, I was driving. I couldn't comment. Okay. It's all good. Definitely get safe. Get where you safety first. Get where you got to go. And then come in here. We know you're an OG, my guy. Oldie says, what's up, you dirty dogs? What up, Oldie? It's great to see you. Kelsey says, smash the likey for Mikey. That's my new favorite saying. That's my new favorite saying, Kelsey. I appreciate that. Kenny Wood in the house. What up, Kenny Wood? He's shouting out Juggler 23's awesome stats. Those are some great stats. I love when you guys share that kind of stuff. Definitely take it away. I process it. I archive it, just like that Cleveland comeback. Best bullpen in the game. We learned that on Monday. We applied it on Tuesday to cash a nice plus 750 out there. So you guys are bringing in the heat. I love it. Let's go out there. Old E says MLB is a bucking Bronco. It sure is sometimes, man. It sure is. It's like grabbing a fucking electric fence. Hard to let it go once you got your hands on it, though, isn't it? Let's go. Kenny Wood says, what's up, Mike? Joe T. Deer Slayer Ski in the house says, hey, Mikey. Hey, everybody. Let's go. Keith's in the house says, what's up, Mike? Have a great show. Appreciate that. He likes the Dodgers first 5. I like that too. They're thinking Skeens is what they're thinking. And they're thinking Paxton stinks, but I think there's some overreaction. I wouldn't be surprised. It's tricky. These series, it's over, it's under. What are you going to do here? I kind of thought that we would see some runs. The Dodgers, after getting shut out, kick the shit out of everybody. And the Dodgers, after getting shut out, go over a lot. That's what I know about that spot that I looked at today. David Wallace likes Dallas plus 6.5 and Baltimore money line tonight. Dallas Mavericks tomorrow, I'm assuming, David. And I like that Dallas Maverick spot too. Juggler 23 says, at Ken Wood, you're most welcome. Let's cash. Bill McDonald in the house says, do you bet on the line on the W? Aces game over for Bill McDonald out there. Let's go get that cash. Bill McDonald, thanks for coming in and hanging out. Real deal. Prime in the house. Good to see the grinder out there. Bill McDonald likes that Lynx minus 7.5. And RVD 420 says, what's up, money? Mikey, how the hell are you, my friend? Let's get this cash. RVD 420, let's get this cash indeed. Winner circles in the house. It says, Ayo, the Aces money line, the Lynx money line. Skeens over 7.5 strikeouts for winners circle. And Glenkos, did I say that right? Glenkos says LFG. Appreciate you, Glenkos, man. Migrate on over to YouTube. Hang out with us here. We got a lot going on with this channel, a lot to come. And certainly want to be subscribed. We got to get that subscriber count up there so we can keep this thing growing. And if you guys enjoy what you're seeing today and what you've seen thus far this week, let's keep it rolling. We got a whole bunch more coming. You guys already know Saturday's the day we smash them books and hit them live streams. We will do it again with the UFC. But trying to give you guys more content throughout the week out there. Juggler 23 says Ace is coming off a loss, but the number is getting too high, in my opinion. If it goes to 10, I'll be on the short end, says Juggler 23. I agree. Kind of look to fade some of those line movement spots out there. Mel's in the house. What up, Mel? Says, hi, Mike. Still trying to decide on a side in the SCF spot there. What is the SCF? Stanley Cup Finals. Stanley Cup Finals. Took me a second. I'm usually a little faster here. I seem to be getting a little slower, it seems like. Kelsey says, I had the Cards. Woohoo! I'm on the Giants, and I have the Fathers, Nats, and Wings. Oldie says, if we get to 100 likes, I'll send Mike a gift from back. Hey, man. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's go, Oldie. RVD's 420 says, I cannot wait for NFL, my second best sport to bet on. Yeah, I'm excited about the NFL season. We're just getting down to it. It's hard to believe. June. I was going to say it's flying by. It just started. Maybe that thought process of it flying by is what makes it go so damn fast. The Futon Bets in the house likes Braxton under 17.5 outs. He says, what's up, buddy? What's up, Futon Bets? And here's our guy, Lucas. Boy, oh boy, you guys already know the deal. We had the intersection the other day, Lucas Betts and Joe T, and we're back at it today. These boys are intersecting with W's out there. You best write that shit down. That's all I'm going to say about that. Jay Peasy up in the house. He says, what up, motherfuckers? What up, Jay Peasy, my homie? Let's get it cash, my guy. Justin McKelvey says, damn, I was first, wasn't I? Let's go. Oldie says, Jay Peasy, this guy. Hope all is well. Hope you're well, sir. Your way, sir. I'm struggling to read today, guys. Juggler 23 says, sorry, on the Philly game, I bet it last. Yeah. Well, is it over? Is it over? Put the bat to the back of my head and just club me at this point. Let's see what happens with the Cincinnati Reds spot, too. Amsterdam, what else is let's go? Bit late, but here we go. You're not late, my guy. You're ready to rock. Let's go get this cash. Fletcher Barry in the house says, let's get it, Money Mike. Finish a 12-hour shift. Want some more cash. Man, it's been a, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. You wouldn't believe me if I told you what this afternoon's look like for me across the diamond. Yeah, it's been glorious. It's been glorious. Minus this fucking Brewers in Colorado spot. But anyhow, everything else smashed and cash. Let's keep it rolling out there. Markel says, Orioles, baby. Orioles and Mikey Money. Yeah, I like them Orioles. Lucas Betts likes the Dodgers. I like them Dodgers, too. I think this is the tricky, trappy spot there. Everybody knows about Skeens now. And then by the time everybody else knows, it's too damn late. Nicholas Handy's in the house. Fernando Mendoza's out there. Good to see you, Fernando. Kelsey says, still trying to get a big-ass wrench or two, Mikey. I don't know if they come in different sizes. I think it's just one size. But Peasy says, Dodgers over 8. Might be interested. Pirates should get a few off packs. And that's kind of what I was thinking. I was thinking that too, Peasy. Like that's contrary to now. Can the Dodgers hold up their end of the bargain against Skeens? I guess is going to be the question. Kelly V's in the house. What up, Kelly? She says rematch Dallas playoffs on the over. What up, Mel? And Kelsey says Kelly V. Justin McKelvey boots on the ground at Pirates game. Rain coming. Yeah, that's what kind of pushed me off that thing. Justin, man, it feels like it fucking rains all the time there. I mean, it rains here a lot, but it just seems like anytime I'm getting involved, and when I find a matchup I want to bet on in Pittsburgh, there's rain in the forecast. I don't know what the hell the coincidence is there. Let's roll. We got the girls only club here. Kelly V, Mel, Kelsey, you guys are stacking up on us here, playing favorites. Kelly V says 7 straight favorites cash. WNBA FYI favorite season in the WNBA. Let's roll. Juggler 23 says we have the sharpest lady cappers on the internet. I agree. The best damn chat. Sharpest cappers, sharpest chat, sharpest lady cappers on the internet. I agree with that. Juggler 23. Red bearded chick sweating the Reds -1.5. Fucking Reds. That is a sweat. I mean, I don't even want to look. Kelly V's telling thanks to Juggler. And there's Fanatical Jim says, let's see those thumbs up. You guys help me out. We got to keep building this thing here. We need you guys to hit that thumbs up button. Let's get the show on the road here. Kelsey says, what's the clubbing baby seal play of the day? I'll look at it. We will see. Fernando Mendoza says, riding the over 9 in the Cubs game tonight. Took the under 9.5 in the Mets game. Looking good so far. I like that over a lot. It's moved, though. It's moved. There's some 10s out there now. It's crazy. It's crazy to see those. You're not sweating the -1.5 in the Reds game, my guy. It's fucking 12-7. Oh, that was a bad update for me to go see. They smacked them. Man, shout out to C-Mac again. Colorado first 5. This is just like that KC Cleveland spot. I might have to start just doing that automatically and see what that record starts to look like. Let's go. Gonzo's in the house. Says, what's up? Driving home from the beach. Need a play or 2 to keep me busy. Lee Davis. What up, Lee Davis? His grand slam. Yeah, that sucks. What's up, my guy, Lee Davis? Let's go. Let's get to work, you guys. Let's see if we can't get this thing done here. A couple of plays to get you guys paid today. And let's start right off with this Yankees spot that I'm looking at here. The Yankees and the Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins have not been anything of a formidable competitor for these Yankees. And I expect today with Paddock, you guys know Pat, I'm conflicted. Because I believe Rodon is a regression candidate. But he plays so damn well at home. And that's where they are in Yankee Stadium. Paddock's just a scrub. And he's a scrub anywhere you go. We'll talk about it momentarily. This line opened at minus 190. It's down to minus 175. 93% of the bets and 98% of the cash. Love them Yankees. Then we look at the total. 81% of the bets, 85% of the cash on the over. Yet it is not moving. Again, I mentioned the Rodon and Paddock matchups. Rodon, 3.09 ERA, 7-2 on the season. Yankees bats fire for this guy for some reason. And then we see Paddock on the other side with a 4.57 ERA, 4-2. And, we just had this matchup, right? This matchup was just recently out there in Minnesota. Shout out to Joe T and the Lakes of Minnetonka. But this Yankees team is firing right now. You want to get in their fucking way? They swept San Francisco handily, 6-2, 7-3, 7-5. And then they took it out and bludgeoned them Minnesota Twins yesterday, 5-1. Ironically, and interesting enough, the last time these two teams played, this two pitching matchup faced each other in Minnesota, it was a 5-1 spot. It was Paddock that got his shit popped in there. So from a baseball perspective in this game, the way that I wanted to attack this one was simply put, I do want Rodon at home. He's lights out. He's got a 2.13 ERA. That's definitely not anything to mess with when it comes down to it. I'm taking that first 5. I'm laying the half a run to make that a palatable number. Paddock, 12 base hits, gave up all the runs in that Yankees-Minnesota matchup just a week and a half back or maybe 2 weeks back. Not a good look. The bats can comfortably see him, and these bats for the Yankees, what else do you want to say between Judge and Soto and Stanton and Volpe? I mean, they're just firing Verdugo up and down the lineup. That Yankees bat is just crushing, and that's why I ended up with the same game parlay option. I'm isolating the matchup here. Give me an opportunity to take Rodon over Paddock. We've already seen what happens in that spot. But I wanted to get into this over as well because, shout out to Joe T and Lucas with their New York Yankees team total over 4.5. I do think, though, that we can see a couple runs given up by Rodon. Also, Royce Lewis is back for these Minnesota Twins. That should be some way of a bump to kind of help, keep this thing rolling here. But I think the Yankees are going to be too much for these guys to match. The minus 1.5 is fine, too. I just wanted to kind of get a little spicier with it here. With this Yankees in the over 8.5 at plus 200. I see the cash coming in, though, and I was expecting this number to have moved up to a 9 by now, but we're not seeing it. So I guess that's the question mark. Is Paddock going to be as bad as he was the last time around? But that last time around on the road, the Yankees bats weren't as hot as they are at this current state here. So kind of point in time or snapshot in time, showing incredible plate discipline. And then on the other side of things, the Minnesota Twins are very capable of beating up lefties. Just seems as of late, they've kind of cooled down. Their OBA now just a 3.15 against lefties. And the K rate has gone up as well, 21.3. I mean, all signs point to the Yankees in this game. I want that first 5, as I mentioned there, to kind of take advantage here. But I think we see some runs coming into this one. Strong home favorites that are off a win or a 1-run loss are 40-11 on the run line if the starters won their last 3 outs as well. That's the Yankees. That's the minus 1.5. That's Rodon firing gas. And if you look at this thing from a minus 1.5 perspective, it's sitting out there at plus 110. It's right in the wheelhouse of a good price. Plus 116 now. Right in the wheelhouse of a really nice price point here. But I'm going to opt for the total. I think we're going to see runs in this game here. It's warm. It's humid. I think the ball gets flying down there at Yankee Stadium, and they put a good paddling on them boys. That's how we open up this card, the old double dipper out there. Let's see what you guys have to say. Dustin's in the house. What up, Dustin? He says, I took the Reds live at plus 200. Just seen the score. Yeah, that's a great step there. That's a great live bet. Justin McKelvey says, Kelly V, I'm in the casino parking lot right now. Come through. We got a little meet and greet out there, a little sports money meet and greet. the first sports money meet and greet. And I'm not there. Sad I didn't get the invitation. RVD420 says, Mikey, any Nerfy today? Yeah, I do have a Nerfy spot I like. I wasn't expecting to jump into it, but I think I do have one I like. We'll talk about that as we get later in the card. Justin McCovey says, I'm in a white A8 with dark windows. Justin McCovey's pimping. Let's go. Gus says, guys, I don't want to make waves, but smash the likey for Mikey. He's giving out picks that he's done the work on. Please do just that. Fucking Brewers win or Brewers lose 2-0. Great under, though. Great under spot to get the job done there. All right, let's roll on. Let's move onward and upward here. We talk about this next game on the agenda for us. I'm looking at this Cubs spot. I'm looking at this White Sox spot, and I'm looking at Tyone versus Fetty. Interesting spot with Fetty we'll talk about here in just a second. 89% of the bets, 98% of the cash coming in on the Cubs. These sons of bitches got me yesterday with that rain delay. I was on the White Sox first 5 in full game, and I had the +1.5, but then the rain delay pops in, and I'm like, shit, I know exactly what's going to happen. And it did. The Cubs came back, and they won the game. I don't know why. I don't know how that works out, but anyhow, we're back in the situation. 89% of the bets, 98% of the cash on the Chicago Cubs. Then we see this total. 93% of the bets, 91% of the cash on this over. And I think you get a line shot. I love this first 5 and this full game going over. I think we see runs really out of both these guys here, specifically Tyone. I know he's been playing well at home, but I think the conditions are favorable to see this guy get touched up tonight. And as I look at this total, there was that a 4.5. Yeah, I mean, it's a pricey as fuck 4.5. There's some 5s and there's 5.5s out there. So I wouldn't go over the 5 for the first 5 as far as the total. My best recommendation in this spot here. And it might be worth paying up to get to that 9 because I see 9.5s. My philosophy, when it's gone that full run, it's moved too far and steam chasers are going to get bit in the ass. Tyone's got a 2.84 ERAs, 3-2 on the season to start for the Chicago Cubs. And there's Fetty. Good old Fetty at 3.12 ERA, 4-1 on the season. It's remarkable because the White Sox suck. They're 15-46. It's remarkable that this guy has that number that he does. As far as the wins-loss, you guys heard me state yesterday, my philosophy when it comes to the wins and losses, probably not just my philosophy, but shouldn't take credit for it all. But they can't help if anybody's hitting behind them. But somehow, Fetty shows up and they do hit. So do we see a little bit of that tonight? As I look at this matchup, me personally, I believe this is the Tyone regression spot. His last 4 starts are winless for the Chicago Cubs. They do not win for this guy on the bump. And I think it's a bounce back spot. Fetty, he ain't no Nestrini. This guy's, he had a bad start there against the Milwaukee Brewers, his last opportunity out there. But how about this? When I say bad start because they didn't get the win. And, you kind of look overall at what happened with the situation. And he kind of lost a little command on the pitching. Definitely a little bit of an issue for the guy. But I think it's a bounce back. I'll talk to you about these road teams off the loss again. The remarkable spot for me with Fetty, he hasn't allowed a run in his last 3 starts. It's pretty impressive considering how bad that White Sox team is. A lot of signs point to the White Sox here. You got a team that wins with this guy on there. He's not letting up any runs. And the team that they're playing doesn't win with the guy on the bump. Oh, that's just perfect fit for me for this first 5. We will have to see how the job gets done. But road teams off a loss as a dog where they blew the lead are 39-11 that next game as well if it's in the same series. That's the bounce back. You blew the lead as a dog, coming back in the same series, 39-11. And they're winning. They're covering by 1.4 runs a spot out there. So the +1.5's definitely got some tremendous value on it when it comes to this White Sox side full game as well. But I wanted to kind of focus the full go, if you will, on this 155. You'll see I've got that leaning over spot there. Just leaning over because this thing has moved that full run now. So you've got to do your line shopping. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be mad at anybody that wanted to. What's this going to pay here? You guys know I love to put these two together, the side and the total. I cashed today with Boston in the under. I cashed today with St. Louis and the under. Sadly, I did not cash with Milwaukee in the under, but I'd love to put those two together. Let's just take a look here. While we're here, let's keep this thing moving. You guys know the deal. We got to keep that brisk pace, but for conversation purposes, let's see exactly what we got going on. The White Sox in the over 8.5 is +320. The White Sox +1.5 and over 8.5 is +200. All right, mark me down for this. I'm adding it as well. I'm going to take the White Sox I'm going to take the White Sox money line and the over 8.5 at plus 320. So the process that I had there as I'm looking at this thing is I'm getting that back below the line that's moved now. So the 9s and 9.5s, I'm getting that back to the 8.5 where it originally was set. And I liked it at 8.5. I just don't want to chase that. If we end up at a 9, I'm going to end up cashing. So give me that White Sox, and the over 8.5 will be official play for me at plus 320. Let's keep her moving, you guys. 2 more baseball games, 1 WNBA game. We got to pick the pace up here. Promised you guys 30 minutes here. I got to keep her moving. Let's roll on. Let's talk about this Seattle and Oakland spot. Oakland got me yesterday. Not happy about it at all. 9:40 p.m. Seattle looking to take this cash. They got 84% of the bets and 96% of the cash. The lines moved from minus 142 to minus 160. Then we look at the total, and it's climbing. It's climbing. It's gone from 7.5 to 8. 97% of the bets and 97% of the cash. I always laugh to myself when I see all of that money pouring in on the spot there, and it's like this thing's only moved a half a run at this point. Estes and Gilbert going on. Estes 6.1 ERA, 1-1 on the season. Logan Gilbert 3.29 ERA, 3-3 on the season. We might be starting to see the best of times with what we've had here from our guy, Logan Gilbert. You know, when you look at his overall capability and where he's at, he may be pitching above his pay grade right now. But I still think he's got one more in him here. Oakland, this isn't just a reaction that Oakland shit the bed yesterday. There's no question about it. They fought hard at the end of the game to try to come back in this thing. They just couldn't get it done. And you know, you look at kind of the bottom line of what happened here, and I thought that was probably their best opportunity to pick up that win and the over. I mean, it was right. Oakland wins that game. That game was going over and we were cashing, but a little bit of a different situation tonight. Logan Gilbert against this Oakland A's team. I don't expect too much difficulty from this Oakland lineup. You know, we saw it was the bullpen for Seattle that struggled yesterday. Otherwise, Oakland was blanked. And I think Gilbert can certainly get the job done. It's the SD side of things that I'm just not entirely sure what we get. You know, if you kind of break down his numbers, you know, I try to look at, you know, where's the anomaly? He got crushed against the Astros. That fucked his numbers all up. So it's kind of tough to look at his overall number and say he's been struggling. But we do have a situation where they played his very first start of the season, and he held him down to 1 run. So it was an impressive go out there for him. What I like now, though, and kind of why I went with Estes in this spot versus not, or fading Estes, I should say, there's tape on the guy now. So that first start of the season, he was able to handle business and keep him locked down. But if he gives up 2 runs, and I expect Logan Gilbert to deal, we're in a great spot. Kirby yesterday, you know, 9 strikeouts against this Oakland batting lineup out there. Dismal. 27% strikeout rate against righties as well. Non-favorable conditions for SD and the Oakland Athletics today. Team's off a win with a starter who threw less innings his last start, but a quality start before that are 48-7 on the run line. 48-7. Team won. Starter didn't go deep, but previously had a quality start. Ergo, a bounce back situation. 48-7 on the run line in those spots out there. The way I attack this one, though, I want to bet on cold bats today. You know, 4-3 that game yesterday. You know, you look at the series too. The Oakland Athletics defensively have played pretty well. They went out there against that Atlanta team. They won the game 11-9. It seems like when Atlanta's winning, those games fly over the total. Otherwise they just don't have a shot. Bats are hot or they're cold. 4-3 yesterday. 3-1 loss that last game of the series, minus the win that they had, a 4-2 loss to Atlanta as well. So on the other side of things, you know, they're battling. 5-4 win against the Angels, 9-0 shutout win against the Angels, 5-1 win, sweeping them and rolling. I expect him to stay hot in this case here, and I expect this runs to stay off the board. Best numbers I can see here for everybody doing their shopping here. -0.5 is -110. There's also some 115s, 120s, and 125s out there. And then as far as the full game on the total, -102 on the 8 at DraftKings, -105s, -108s out there as well. So make sure you do line shop indeed, but I'm on the Seattle under 8. -102 seems like a really nice price here. Take advantage of a lower scoring game. And then I added this one, you guys. Last ad for me in Major League Baseball. The Padres and the Angels. I don't care if the stove's hot. I don't care if I burn myself. I want to touch it again. Minus 152, now minus 160 for the San Diego Padres. 66% of the bets and 87% of the cash on the Padres. As far as the total's concerned, 98% of the bets, 99% of the cash on the over. Yet it's gone from 8s, now seeing some 7.5s in the market. It's Dylan Cease Day. It's Jose Suriano with a 3.86 ERA, 2-5 on the season. Cease, 3.42 ERA, 5-4 on the season. And look, kind of got that glitchy opportunity, yesterday. I think they get that out of their system here with what went down in that San Diego game. Surprise, surprise. These are just lower scoring, 4-2, 2-1 this series. The Angels bats are doing enough to win because the Padres are just idle and quiet right now. Not only that, but, I guess coming off that Kansas City series, they were firing, right? They won 11-8. They won 7-3. They lost 4-3, but back-to-back losses. Are we going to see them take another L? And I believe the answer is no in this case here. Let me find out where we got this here. There it is. There we go. Taking the shot with these guys, but I'm not going to play them. I like the -1. I'm good with anybody that wants to play -1. I need the risk reward in this spot here. I think Suriano is truly going to be the wild card. He's terrible at home. But do we see him find a way to keep dismantling this San Diego lineup? Cease, not the greatest his last start. Right-handed pitching, I should say, with this Angels is where the struggle is. So Cease should be able to find a way to mow them boys down. He is also in that bounce-back candidacy. He did fall just short of a quality start his last go. And we know that he's got the goods to get it done. I've seen these two games going. Ultimately, I want San Diego in the under 7.5 for the plus 225. You got to get the score. At least I can feel comfortable if San Diego shits the bed again. I expect a lower scoring opportunity. I do expect Suriano to deal. I looked at San Diego. I looked at Cease to win. It's even money. I looked at San Diego first 5, San Diego full game. It's plus 115. Just didn't have enough. The -1 is pricey at like minus 135s and minus 140s now. If San Diego's going to get me again for the third time this series, then it's going to be at a plus 225 spot for me. That's how I want to attack that particular game. And let's see, guys, right down to it, 6:33. We're just about there. Let's see what you guys have to say. Kelsey says, sorry, Mikey, I was distracted. Did you say Yankees -1.5? I'm not mad at playing the Yankees -1.5. I took the Yankees first 5 -0.5, and then I took the Yankees in the over 8.5 in that spot there. Oldie says, I just poked every player bases under in the Sox-Cubs game. Let's go. Let's get it, my guy. Kelly V says, sorry, I'm back. Justin, I'm not at the game, but one of those days, how about meeting up at the Rivers Casino? That sounds like fun. That sounds like a meet and greet. Markel says, WNBA got Sparks under. And Jay Peasy says, total is down to 167 in the Aces and Wings game. I love it. You guys are hawking them lines. That's good stuff out there. Kelly V says, night games under in Oakland too. I remember you said that, Kelly. That's a great ad in there as well. I remember we talked about that previously. Markel says, damn it, Mike. I'm on the Seattle team total over 4.5. Look, I think they can get it done. I don't expect Oakland to hit, is what it comes down to. I don't know, like a 5-1 type of game. I think it could be a 5-1 final, and be pissed I didn't play the exact team total spot there. Shout out to Nasty Nate. Big game tomorrow, Nasty Nate. We're going to be live betting that thing together. It's going to be fun, chirping back and forth. Kelly V says, at Markel 5152, you both cash. Yeah, let's go. He hate me 997. There's a new name I haven't seen thus far. Good to see you. He hate me 997. Migrate on over to the YouTube channel and turn that notification on when we go live. Be a subscriber. My guy, we got all kinds of content coming. Says the Yanks over. Love it. Dodgers money line. Love it. Orioles money line. Love it. I love that 4-teamer. He hate me? Look, have you been there? Where have you been all these streams? I love that look 4-teamer there. Let's get that money, my guy. Good luck to you. Kelsey says, Nasty Nate, is just me or did your wrench get bigger? You guys are funny. JPZ, I won't even break even if I bet the Padres again and they win. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it's got to be plus 225 or nothing. JPZ, I like the way you think about that. That's exactly how I was thinking about this game. Kelsey says, what the fuck did the Mets pick today to be winning? A rain delay. Fucking rain delay again is what happened there. Kelly V says, San Diego avoids the sweep. I agree. JPZ, in the words of Ron Burgundy, F you, San Diego. Phil the Kill, what up? He says the pass raise is right. Oh, pass rate. I got you. I got you. Futon Bets, Mira Andreeva. There we go. We got a little tennis line action for 11 a.m. Talk Sports with JT says, Mikey, been a minute, been super busy with work and all these hours, man. I appreciate you. Talk Sports with JT. I wondered where you'd gone. Good to see you back. I know you guys find your way back. Life happens, right? Life happens to everybody. Kelly D says, Baltimore. Rutschman, great parlay ad on a hit or 2 hits out there for Kelly D. David Wallace asking what the best up too early spot is with the card that's left. By the way, the spot when somebody had asked me about, is there a Nerfy? I haven't looked at the total, but the spot that I was looking and thinking about the Nerfy was the Seattle and Oakland spot here. It's minus 134. It's tricky because there's, it's a tight window of games that are out there right now. So it's tricky to try to envision which one that's going to be. But I like the under. I like the Nerfy in that Seattle game. It kind of correlates with me and seeing the line movement as well. The best 2 up early, in my humble opinion, I would say the Whitesox. Because we're talking about there being runs in this game. We've seen the total move. And if it's the road team that we want in the dog spot, in a spot where we should see runs, Tyone should get hit up pretty early, maybe even in the first inning, and then you're cashing. I don't expect Tyone to go through the lineup twice. So I would expect at that point when the bullpen starts to come in, that's where you want to be out of that White Sox game. That's why I took the first 5. So I would suggest using it. And that's just my recommendation. Appreciate whatever you guys have to say in the chat as well. Want to see what that looks like. Kelly D says positive vibes only. Agreed. Let's go get it there. Kelly D says later Gators. Joseph Alvarado is always here, my man. Good to see you. Bo Jackson. Anyone on the Orioles? We were talking about him. We were indeed talking about him. And David Wall says, I like the Dodgers. Bo Jackson says, Jay's going to get swept. I think so. I think this is a bad spot for him tonight. Markel says, spread at Bo. Fuck them Jays. They ain't fucking with the Lee Davis. Looks like some late money on the Pirates now. Dodgers plus 110. Markel says, facts, bro. Get that cash. Let's go get that cash. Indeed, you guys. Look, I don't like hearing that you guys are all up on the other side of this thing. But I went to the Sparks in this game for the WNBA. I'm not the WNBA aficionado, but I can follow the lines. I can see what's going on, and I can understand the player injury report. Yeah, this Aces line, by the way, is up to 9s now. The Aces and the Wings, 8 p.m. start. First game of the Commissioner's Cup. Pricey. The totals moved up as well. 2 full points to 168.5, despite 70% of the bets and 81% of the cash on the under. I looked at this Lynx game, and I see reverse line movement. It's gone from 7.5 to 7s out there. There's now some 7s, and we've got 91% of the bets on the Lynx. Then we see the total. It's dropped from 159.5 to 156. 60% of the bets and 69% of the cash on this under. I think the bottom line and why there's been so much money on here is there's an overvaluation of the hurt player. Is it Agumike? I can't even say it. But anyhow, Ninka Agumike out of this thing here. And the Sparks are 0-3-1 against the spread at home. So I feel like this is that valuation factor that comes in here. We've got reverse line movement. They're putting a bloated number on the Spark because they're not covering the spread. Everybody knows that this player injury factor is the real deal out there, and they think that the size advantage that this Link team has is going to be the difference maker to shut down this Sparks offense here. And we know the Sparks aren't killing it by any stretch of the imagination. You look at this team, bad. They're not good. 2-6 out there, but then you look on the other side of things and you see this Lynx team 6-2, but 7-1 against the spread. Yet we got this line with everybody pounding it and it's dropped. That was the red flag to me right there. 7-1. They're covering everything. Everybody knows it. There's injury factors and everyone's betting this Lynx team. But we're seeing now the 7s out there on the Spark side of things here. They're not a good team. There's no question about it. They're down a huge component of their offense, and they're playing this Minnesota team that has the 3rd best net rating, 2nd best defense out there. I think something's got to change here. I don't think they go completely winless at home against the spread, and I think this is a good spot for them to capture this number. I don't think they win the game outright. I wouldn't be surprised to see it be a 2-pointer, but I think 7.5 is too many. That's how I'm going to finish off my card here with the WNBA First one on the show. We'll see what it does. Kelsey says we need 3-hour pre-gaming, Mikey. If there was more games, I'd sit around and talk to you guys about them all day. We'll look for those hidden angles and edges to get it done out there. Looks like Patrick Corbin is imploding 5-0 in that spot now. And I appreciate all you guys hanging out tonight. We're after it. We're trying to get that cash. We're getting her tighter. We're down to 640. We'll get to that 30-minute window. But I love talking about what you guys have going on in that chat as well. It's more important to see what everybody's sharing for tidbits and insight, the trends, the angles, the things that the stones you were able to turn over throughout your research throughout the day is more important than anything I have to say. So I love to see what you guys bring to the table on a regular. And I appreciate you doing just that. So shout out Kelsey, Markel, Lee Davis, Red Bearded Chick, Peter Gracia, Leonard Porsche Jr.'s my guys in the house there. Let's go, Nasty Nate, Kelly V, Joe C's in the John C and Joe T are in the house. Joseph Alvarado stopped in here. David Wallace down in the Carolinas getting that cash. Bo Jackson rocking and rolling there, giving you guys his looks as well. He ate me with that big 4-leg parlay. We'll keep our eyes on that. And guys, get on over to the YouTube channel, subscribe to Sports Money, and turn the notifications on anytime we do these live shows. We're going to start posting some video content as well. User request. You guys have requested some content. We're working on getting it together. More to come. We're just getting started. Excited, but let's get that cash tonight. Good luck with your bets, everybody. I'll see you back here soon.